Hi Sag, Amanda here. Welcome to Unseen Hands Healing. This is going to be your July 2019 reading, and it's going to include the energies for the new moon eclipse in Cancer. We start off here with the King of Swords and the Three of Cups. I immediately felt like there's a truth that needs to be spoken about an emotional situation regarding relationships. So whether that is one-on-one relationship, but I really felt, and I can feel in this reading, it feels more of a group thing, like perhaps a community or a friendship. But I just want you to see the dynamics playing out between these cards, because we have the King of Swords here. This is speaking the truth externally, outside of yourself. And the sword is pointing right down to this group situation. And then we look at this group situation. We have three people dancing, celebrating with cups, being in community, in relationship with one another. This is like bonds coming together, people coming together in celebration. But for you, in this moment of this reading, something felt a little off about this to me. Now, I want to just give you a little closer view. We have one person with their back to us. We have one person kind of looking off to the side. And then we have another person turning around over their shoulder and looking at us directly. So to me, coming out with the King of Swords pointing right down to this situation, it's like there's an elephant in the room. It felt like it was actually right in the middle of these three as their arms are joined over one another. They're forming a circle as they're dancing, and there's something they are literally dancing around. There is something that is being danced around, and they all know the truth. That's why none of them are looking at each other. Nobody in this group is looking at one another. One is looking off to the side. The other one, I don't know where they're looking. We can't see. And the third is looking at us with this look like, I know the truth. And I believe that it is time for that truth to be spoken. Again, the energy here is that I'm feeling it's about a community or a group of people, even if that's like an intimate friend group or a friend circle. But it really could be with a one-on-one relationship. There's some sort of like very intimate, bonded, maybe even family dynamic, where truths are being danced around, and it's time, and I think it's you, Sag, that needs to speak the truth as the King of Swords. The Queen of Swords knows the truth intrinsically within herself, and the Queen exercises boundaries in order to keep that truth sacred. The King of Swords takes that truth and says, it needs to be spoken. I need to take this truth outside of myself and speak it into the situation. And again, that sword's pointing right down at what everybody's dancing around down here with the Three of Cups. So I think that's the main energy here coming out right out the gate. And then I want to skip over to the other side here. We have the Eight of Cups. And we have Death. So death is not literal death. Death is a metaphor for a transformation process here. The Eight of Cups, you're walking away. And I'm telling you, with this, with all these cups down here, this is either a situation that you have really invested in a lot of cups in, you have invested a lot of emotion into over a period of time, or this is a group of people, of intimate, bonded, community that you're walking away from. This person is walking away from these cups in order to go on their solo journey, in order to go on a journey, to heed a calling that they feel intrinsically inside of them, that they are being called on a journey, on a solo journey. They need to walk away from a situation in order to move towards their truth. In order to move towards themselves, really. And it might be walking away from something to go towards something or someone else, but it really is a decision that you are making for your own happiness and your own truth. And this is a really hard thing to do. It's really hard to move on in this way because you're leaving something behind that you have invested so much in, and so much emotion, so much heart into. 8 is a lot of cups. And to be called to leave that is incredibly difficult. It is such a hard choice to make, but it is one that you know you must. And so with a bit of a heavy heart, you leave this situation in favor of the truth. You speak the truth and you leave. And that offers the opportunity for this death transformation. You can see in this card, there's fruit rotting and composting. There's certain flowers rotting and composting, and then there's others about to bloom. So the beautiful thing about that composting process and the specific image I got with these two cards working together here in this column is that these cups that you leave behind, all of your emotional investment in this situation is what's composting. And so it's, whatever this is, it's not all for nothing. I think with the 8 of Cups, there can tend to be this feeling of like, but I've invested so much in this and it's all for naught. No, all of that emotional investment is going to compost into something that's going to bloom new life for you. So what are you walking away towards, or what are you walking towards from this situation? So in the dynamic of the cards present here, we have Death holding this arrow, an arrow in one hand and an hourglass in the other, which feels very much to me like it's time. That's the message that's coming through, is it's time. It's time to go in a new direction with the arrow. And that's you, Sag. That's that arrow, because you are seeking higher. That is Sagittarius, the seeker. You are seeking higher truth. And you are willing to walk away from something in order to pursue that higher truth. And so we have Death pointing that Sag arrow right up at Taurus energy for you. We have the 9 of Cups and we have Taurus here right in the center of your reading. So at the time of this recording, the moon is in Taurus. We are heading into dark moon time. And it's right before the new moon solar eclipse in Cancer. So questions about home and emotional security are very much at the forefront right now. And with Taurus here, with the moon in Taurus putting its earth spin on that energy, it's like, what I'm feeling here is where that Cancer energy and Taurus meet is at the home. It's at the home space, which is why I'm really feeling like this is a very intimate, like, family dynamic that's up for question here. We have Taurus here asking you, where are you the most grounded? Where do you feel at home? Where do you feel like you can revel in all of your wishes and all of the lushness that life has to offer here with the 9 of Cups? The 9 of Cups is like all of your wishes, hopes, and dreams that you've been seeding and watering since you were a babe. And now here you are as an older person with all of these dreams and hopes and wishes still intact. And the question that's up in this moment is the group of people or the person you are calling home, is that your actual home? Because your home is the place where you feel fulfilled. It's the place where you feel emotionally fulfilled, and not just like, not just satisfied, but abundant with joy, and like I'm just getting like rolling in it. you know, like rolling, dripping with lushness. That is actually home. Also, I'm very drawn to the star up here in the Taurus card. That star on the horizon, in the sky, pointing to your destiny. And it's almost like between Taurus and the Eight of Cups, it's that star that calls you to walk away from this situation or these people that don't give you the juice. They don't give you this Nine of Cups type lush fulfillment. I just saw 1111 on the thing. Okay, so you are, and then another sort of synchronicity between these two cards. This person is like leaving the cups on the beach and taking the high road, taking the mountain. They are taking the journey up the mountain. And then here in the Taurus card, we have mountains, 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 earth mounds, all of these. And it's literally, there's a direct trajectory to that star. This is the Hermit's journey. Okay. And then I take one more card over here on this pile for what's happening unseen? What is Spirit doing on your behalf at this time? What are the unseen hands? What kind of alchemy and magic is happening behind the scenes for you that you might not be able to see? And I just saw 1212, and we have the 10 of Cups. Okay, 1212. 2 plus 1 is 3. 2 threes, we have abundance. Abundance. 3 is the Empress. So it's like we are at the halfway point here in a Hanged Man Empress year. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google it. The year 2019 adds up to 12, which is the number of the Hangman. That reduces to 3, which is the number of the Empress. That's why we're in a Hangman Empress year, okay? So we are right now at the midpoint. We are at the transition into Empress. We are at the transition where now we are walking away from what no longer serves us because we got the spiritual enlightenment that we've needed in that limbo space in the first half of the year, for the Hangman half of the year. And now it's Empress time. Now it's Nine of Cups time. We got to go after what offers us abundance and fulfillment and just like lush growth and blooming in our life. And here we have the 10 of Cups. This is like, we move from the 9 to the 10. Okay, this is like peak experience of your wishes, your dreams. And we have these hands down here, and it's unclear as to whether the hands are releasing all of those cups, all of those emotional dreams up into the sky, up into the miracles of the rainbow, or whether those cups are raining down on the people to receive. Because, you know, it's always both. It's always both. Because that peak experience of abundance, you know, we can't live our lives in like peak experience all the time, which is why the 10 is an ending card in the tarot. 1 through 10, it's the final card, it's the ending card, and it is like the peak experience of that happiness that is happening. And it is impermanent. It is not a permanent experience, that peak, because we have to ebb and flow with that tide, with the energy. And that goes for everything. You know, when we're in tough experiences, we realize that low point is just an ebb before the flow. And this flow is like cresting up right before the ebb, okay? So all of that message was just to say ride the wave, basically. But I believe at this moment in time, in the month of July, it's like you're moving towards your true sense of happiness and home. And in order to move towards that, you've got to open your hands. You've got to open your hands so that you can release these cups that you've been holding. You've got to open your hands to release let go of your dreams and wishes, and let the miracles, let the unseen hands do the impossible behind the scenes for you. And keep your hands open to then receive as that abundance comes to you. Because remember, this came out in the position of what is happening behind the scenes, what the unseen hands are doing. So let it go. Release that. Choose to tell the truth about this situation. Choose to walk away, even if you can't see exactly what you're walking towards, but you can feel it, and trust, faith. I just want to see, oh my, bottom of the deck, the star. Yeah, what did I just say with the star? Following that star. This is have faith. Hope and healing is coming your way if you follow that star. This is also very much a card of that divine alchemy happening behind the scenes. The world, yeah, some big cycles coming to an end. 8 of Swords, getting out of your head, feeling trapped. Aries, yeah, you have to have that fire energy in order to make the choice to go. And Aries, you know, this is your fellow fire sign, so I think you need to use that cardinal fire, that like idea type inspiration to get out of this situation that's leaving you 9 of Swords just all racked in your head, all trapped mentally. It's like, no, speak the truth, walk away. Okay, and then we have the Priestess, which is really, really what I felt from Taurus. When the Taurus card came out, it's like the Priestess is calling you. And maybe that's because Vesta's in Taurus, and that makes, you know, Vesta is that like original goddess, that original, that flame that is eternal. And the eternal flame is the flame of your soul. You know, home is where the heart is. Home is where that flame is. Home is where your soul is ignited in a way that never dies, that never goes away. Yeah, it flickers and it changes for sure. We have to allow that change, but that flame never goes out. We cannot allow that flame to be stamped out. The flame that is eternally blazing in the hearth, in the home. And I really felt like that's the flame of the Priestess, and that's what's calling you right now. The Priestess is calling you to walk towards what is truly, truly home for you. All right, let's see if we can get see if there's any more clarity to be had with what's on the board here. Let's get some clarity on this 3 of Cups. Why is the 3 of Cups here for Sag? July 2019, at the time of the new moon eclipse in Cancer. What is this 3 of Cups representing? What's the situation? Okay, interesting. 8 of Wands. That feels aligned with the King of Swords. It's like some truth is coming out. 8 of Wands is like incoming, okay? And usually it's some sort of communication, passionate communication or passionate information flying in from external sources about this 3 of Cups situation. So there's some sort of news coming in. I think that's going to help the truth to be revealed here with the King. What else can you tell Sagittarius about the 3 of Cups? Okay, there's the Queen of Swords right up here next to the King. Having those internal boundaries. So I think it's like once you get clear on your own truth and you realize that you need boundaries in this dynamic, that's when you're going to be able to speak that truth outside, externally into the situation. Okay, what else can you tell us about the 3 of Cups situation? 2 of Pentacles. Yep, you're stuck juggling all of these things, trying to keep all the balls in the air, trying to keep, it's almost like what I keep seeing is these 3 people dancing in a circle. It's like, just keep going around and around, just keep dancing, just keep the party going, just keep celebrating, even though it's like you're just juggling these balls and you're not going anywhere. You're just dancing in a circle and it's not getting anywhere because you insist on beating around the bush here. You insist on dancing around something just to keep the energy, just to keep it all good, keep it all in the air, keep it all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. No, it isn't. You've got to drop something here. One more bit of clarity maybe for this King of Swords. What's the truth? What's the truth that must be spoken for Sagittarius? Oh, hold on. We have a flipper. Yeah. 10 of Wands. Something has become a burden. Something has become too much of a weight to bear, and you need to let it go. The 10 of Wands is like you're carrying all 10 of these wands right in front of your face, and it's blocking you. It's not letting you progress forward. It's blocking your sight. It's blocking your movement. It's becoming heavy. You're moving from the 9 to the 10, the 9 of Wands. You're exhausted emotionally, physically, mentally. You're just spent. And we saw that with bottom of the deck, 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords. You are spent emotionally. I want you to see this card more up close here with the 10, because this person is like famished. They're drained. And their head is in their hands. Their hair is all drooping. They don't look good. You gotta let this go. You've got to drop these wands. Okay. Clarity on the 8 of Cups, please. What is Sag walking away from or towards? Why is the 8 of Cups here for Sagittarius? Too many cards. 8 of Cups and Death. What are they walking away from? What's transforming? Clarity for Sagittarius in July. What are they walking away from? What's transforming? Aha. The truth. The truth. This is the inspiration of the truth. Ace of Swords. The truth must be spoken, must be known. The truth will set you free every time. Every single time. The truth is what moves you towards that 9 of Cups happiness. I'm just getting that some of you, if I'm talking to you and you are really resonating with this, check Taurus in your chart. There might be some planets in Taurus or something in Taurus that's really important for you. Check Taurus in your chart. Okay. Why else? 8 of Cups and Death. Okay, we're getting repeat cards here. King of Swords again. There's more truth on this table right now than any other reading I've seen. And there, all the readings right now, because the new moon, the solar eclipse in Cancer is so potent, a lot of the readings have similar themes, because it really is time collectively for all of us to move on from what no longer serves us and move towards our true happiness, what keeps our soul flame actually going, what is truly home for us. That's what's up right now with this Cancer new moon for absolutely everyone. But for you, Sagittarius, the truth is on this table. The cards are like, what is the truth? Queen of Swords, what is the truth inside? King of Swords, speak it out loud. 8 of Wands, coming in hot with communication, with the truth, with something. Ace of Swords, brand new revelation, brand new start. The truth coming out that leads to a new beginning. And we have the King of Swords again. Wild. Can we get some clarity here? What is the truth for Sag? The truth needs to be spoken. What's the truth? Can we get any more clarity on that? Interesting. We have the 3 of Wands, and in this particular depiction of the 3 of Wands, this person is holding a magnifying glass. A magnifying glass. So it's still, again, it's like this person's holding up the magnifying glass like this, like, look at yourself. Look closely at yourself. Look closely at this situation. And the Three of Wands is right before the Four. It's that moment of pause, of waiting for the structure of the Four of Wands, which is like a structure for joy and celebration, to come to fruition. And I'm getting energetically a juxtaposition between so the Four of Wands is often depicted as four wands creating this threshold with people dancing in a circle, celebrating. There's a juxtaposition for you happening between the Three of Cups and the Four of Wands. In fact, I believe I'm going to try to find the card. I know that's a little bit annoying, but just bear with me here. I think it'll be worth it for you to see the difference. Because energetically for you, Sag, there's something shady going on with this Three of Cups type dancing celebratory situation. It's like, that's not true. There's something there's like a lie present in the middle of this dancing circle. Whereas with the Four of Wands, that's actually dancing in celebration of true joy. And I think that's what you are being led to here. Here we go. Thank you for your patience. See the difference? Again, wow. I'm drawn to the earth in the Four of Wands in this card. This foundation for joy, the structure for joy has the foundation of the earth, has the foundation of that like earth mountain, as opposed to the cups, which is these people in the Three of Cups are not dancing on anything. It's just like they came together through emotional intimacy, but it wasn't actually grounded in anything real, any real foundation. And so they're just sort of like dancing in the air, and at some point you gotta touch down. I think that's what's happening here. You can only keep flapping, keep it up, keep the balls in the air for so long, and then you have to leave those cups and go towards the mountain that's actually grounded, that's actually going to sustain you and give you home. You need some earth, my friend, for this joy, for these emotions. And then once you leave and you find that groundedness, now you can celebrate on dry land, is what I wanted to say. So I'm going to keep this Four of Wands out for you, because I think it's very important. Very, very important. But the truth must be spoken before you can get to that Four. All right. I think that's all the clarity we really need here. I'm going to take... yeah. I'm going to take a Major Arcana card for you here from the Botanical Tarot. What's the Major Arcana guidance for Sagittarius? July 2019, at the time of the new moon eclipse in Cancer. What's the guidance for Sag? What's the Major Arcana guidance advice for Sagittarius? Doesn't want to come out. There we go. Yeah. It's the Tower. Yeah, I mean, what is being implied by everything on the board here really is a Tower moment. This moment of choosing to walk away from dancing around the issues. That is quite a Tower moment. So a Tower moment, the image here is lightning striking a tower, a tall tower that has been built. Again, this is something you've really invested in over time that has been built. But the reality is, it's not on a firm foundation. And so lightning must strike the tower so that it crumbles down and you can actually rebuild from the place of a firm foundation. You can't build a house on shifting sands. And so the tower must fall. Let's put that over here. The tower must fall so that you can move on to a structure for your joy that is aligned with your true happiness and that offers you real grounded stability for the long term. And I do think this is in an intimate family dynamic type situation, community situation, or intimate relationship. Yep. Okay, Sag, that was your reading for July 2019 and for the new moon eclipse in Cancer. I wish you luck with this. This is a real moment of truth, quite literally for you, and a moment of major transition. Tower, death, Eight of Cups. It's a lot. Keep in mind, keep your eye on that star on the horizon because you are moving towards your Nine of Cups. You are moving towards your Four of Wands and your Ten of Cups right here, and you're supported. You're being guided. The unseen hands are here helping you to move towards your joy, to move towards true home. It's beautiful. All right, y'all, if you like this video, please do click like so that it can get out to those who need it. If you are enjoying this, you can subscribe to my channel so we can stay connected as we continue to eclipse through the rest of this month. And if you are interested in diving even deeper, you can check out my Patreon. The link is below. I've got lots of free resources on there for you. And if you want to dive deeper into this type of work and into this type of inner journey for yourself, join the community. Thank you all for being here, and I will see you mid-month.